Today I'm pushing on with chapter 16, trying to figure out what the succession of leadership is in this settlement, where the whole story is set in this settlement called New Sekera. It's important to the story at the moment that I know what happens if a leader dies or if a leader retires or whatever. If a leader stops being a leader, how the next leader is chosen. And I have some ideas, but I haven't quite figured it out yet. Yesterday I started getting some ideas and I need to just fully flesh it out. And then once I figure that out, I can continue with chapter 16. Okay, I've figured out what the succession is going to be. Now I can continue to write. Okay, that's chapter 16 done. I'm not sure about that chapter. A good chapter in terms of story, what happens in the story. I'm not sure how well I wrote it today. It's good enough for me to move on with the draft. I'm not saying it's really badly written for a first draft. I'm just not sure if I was on form, if I was writing as well as some of the other chapters I've written, but that happens. It's not every moment of every writing session am I on top form where the words are flowing in perfect harmony. Sometimes it comes out a bit messier. That's not the point. The point of the first draft is to get the story on page as I envisioned it, and then editing, we improve and we improve with the following drafts. So good. Let's move on to chapter 17. Okay, how do I start this chapter? I'm not going to overthink it and just go in and see what flows. I just realized I think I missed something. So Galen, one of my main characters, has threatened to attack New Sekera, the main settlement, that night, the night that I'm up to. However, some people have gone out to try and essentially defeat and stop Galen from doing that. However, I feel like the settlement would be prepared in case the people who have gone fail anyway. And I wasn't writing as if that is the case, so I need to change some things. Good thing I've written only about a page of this chapter, but let me think realistically, what would they be doing? I think what I'm going to need to do is change the timing to make it so this next chapter is a bit earlier. So it's not nighttime yet. Okay, I don't need to change too much, just a few things. There are some storylines in this book that are so tough to write just because of how emotionally intense they are. I love it from the perspective of creating a story, creating an emotional story that I hope that the eventual readers will be able to connect with emotionally, but it's tough sometimes. I suppose the range of emotions I go through when writing these stories that I create is part of the reason why I love it so much. I have never really delved into why I love writing. I've loved writing since I was a child. I've loved reading since I was, well, as long as I can remember. There's maybe something about the escape, maybe the fantastical elements, things that I can imagine happen that aren't possible in real life. I don't know. All I know is I like it. I like it. That's it. I just like it. I also like tea. Okay, good session today. Finished chapter 16, started chapter 17, making good progress. AA, what's now?